Hello and welcome to episode 14 of TWF. It's another watch-along. Now, we are on WWF Unforgiven 1999, which is following on from yesterday's episode about Chris Jericho's in-ring debut. This is Chris Jericho's WWF pay-per-view debut. And the story behind it is quite disastrous, and eventually it led us to this show. This match, I guess. So load up your WWE network. Get to WWF Unforgiven 1999. It's only the second one, so scroll all the way to the right and then back one to find that. I'll use the year finder if you want. There's only 11. I mean, it's pretty impressive that they actually did 11 successive ones, to be honest. Not many pay-per-view names lasted that long. But yeah, and then as you can see, you want the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th white dot. It was actually the semi-main event. It wasn't. Obviously, that's not quite how pay-per-view order works. The match that goes on before the main event is rarely actually the semi-main event. It's more of a bring the crowd down kind of thing. But yeah, this is Chris Jericho's WWF pay-per-view debut. So pause the video and get yourself to this point, and then unpause, and you will hear me again saying, see that, fluid, saying that it's time to begin the show. Obviously, it won't be on screen, so make sure you have got it up on the network, because copyright. But I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to hit play. I'm going to hit play next to the microphone, so you can hear the exact moment as well. But it'll be after 1, by about the same space. So it'll be 3, 2, 1, tap, if you like. Okay? And then, obviously, the screen's going to fade away, and you'll just be left with Petey the Panda in his wrestling attire for your entertainment on this end, so you'll need something to watch, so get the network on. Okay, right, so, without further ado, there's your timestamp on screen as well, 1:43:55, to make sure you've got the right spot, and we're going to begin. So, 3, 2, 1... Right, so... here's Jericho's entrance. The arena goes black after the countdown. And there's his pyro. And JR's just telling us this match was added earlier in the evening on Sunday Night Heat, which Sunday Night Heat's on the network now, which is interesting. Because Sunday Night Heat used to be quite a big deal and then eventually became just the jobber show. And he's got... oh, who is that? Is it Mr. Curtis or Curtis Hughes or something? I feel like there's a Curtis in there somewhere. I like that shirt he's wearing. Y2 who? Look at him with his classic... The top knot before the top knot was a thing. Oh, look at them just taking the pieces of cage away. That's amazing. That is so old school. They actually just take each side of the cage away and just hide it at the side of the entrance ramp. That's amazing. Yeah, the previous match on this show, by the way, was the infamous Kennel from Hell match. So this show's quite infamous because this match is a bit notorious as well for being pretty bad. But yeah, the Kennel from Hell match, I believe, which was the Hell in a Cell with a steel cage in the middle of it with dogs around it. I believe was this show. I believe that was this show. Jericho showing us his bicep. It's mad watching back to this point. He does seem uncomfortable. They're still taking the cage down while he makes his entrance. That's crazy. Look at him being like, I need to kill some time before I get in the ring. But you can clearly see it in the background. There's a thumbnail. There's the thumbnail. There's the thumbnail, guys. If you're watching along, you know what moment I meant. So yeah, another thing that this show was a bit infamous for was only 3 of the matches were refereed by actual referees. The rest of them were special referees because the referees were on kayfabe strike at this point. Who is that referee? It's arguing with Curtis Hughes. Is it Tom Pritchard? Okay. So it's Bruce Pritchard's brother. Shout out. Last piece of cage goes down with the metal bar in the middle as well. Anyway, Jericho's talking. Hey, it's over as a heel. That crowd response. A lot of booing. That was a brilliant line. Well done, King. Almost botched that line then. Yeah, so they actually referenced what really happened, because I believe the story is he was supposed to fight Ken Shamrock, but Shamrock's flight, there was an issue with Ken Shamrock's flight and he couldn't get there or something. So they ended up just subbing in X-Pac for no reason. But at least they referenced it instead of just giving it no reason, I guess. Must have done it. Must have done the switcheroo on Heat. So the brilliant line by King, in case you missed it, when he said here to save Charlotte, King just said, "I wish he'd got here during the dog match," meaning the Kennel from Hell match, which just a brilliant line. So X-Pac, pre-X-Pac Heat, this seems to be. Okay, is Pyro already in the ring? X-Pac as a face is strange. I don't know. Everyone has budget. Everyone has budget for Pyro in 1999, as opposed to now where it's like WrestleMania, Greatest Royal Rumble, and nothing else this year. I don't think has had Pyro. I wonder if SummerSlam will have Pyro. Let me know in the comments what you think. Will SummerSlam have Pyro? Let me know your SummerSlam predictions. Let me know what you think of this match. Just let's have some conversations in the comment section. Always welcome. Right, so Jericho doing the heel thing of taking his time getting into the ring, taunting the crowd. X-Pac's ready to go. Takes his stupid little headband off. Wow, he looks happy. Maybe that should be the thumbnail. I don't know. Probably the Jericho face, to be honest, but that was a close contender. Right, so the bell has rung. Tom Pritchard is ready to officiate, looking very official. I love how they're like, right, we want to make it very clear we've got substitute referees, so we're going to have you wear bright blue pants, just so people are like, wait, that referee looks weird. Maybe he's not a real one. Like, if you were trying to substitute for a referee, oh, that was a nice, like, sweet takedown side slam thing. Yeah, if you were trying to substitute your refs and not trying to make it obvious, you would have them wear standard black pants. And I think they knew before this show that the refs were on strike, so it's not like they couldn't have said, oh yeah, we're going to need you to ref, so bring some black pants. You know, like, it just so contrived that, but whatever. Anyway, shoulder takedown by Jericho, off the ropes, over he goes. X-Pac leapfrogs, goes for the hip toss, oh, the classic X-Pac spot. Okay, this was not good. This was not good. That was awful chain wrestling. they just seem to have some confusion over what they were meant to be doing. This is so this is sloppy. This is X-Pac against Chris Jericho, and I'm describing it as sloppy, but I don't feel like I'm being unfair. Oh, there's Jericho telling X-Pac what to do. Very obviously. They don't seem to have a lot of chemistry, but apparently this isn't the first time they fought. Apparently they fought on a SmackDown a couple of weeks before, so you'd think they'd have a little bit more, at least a bit of understanding. You know, it's not like they're in there completely cold. A bit more chatting from Jericho. And for the suplex, oh, across the top rope. So he's got X-Pac into the corner. Hopefully this match at least has some highlights, even though we know it's going to have some lowlights. Seems to be a theme because, I mean, good matches don't make us interesting stories, I guess. So generally, I think a lot of the watch-alongs we're going to do are going to be pretty bad. Although, I mean, we watched Macho Andre, which isn't exactly my era, but it wasn't, bad by any stretch. What was the other watch-along we did? Oh, dodges the Bronco Buster by rolling out the ring. What was the other match I watched? That was quicker than a hick, said King. Half a hiccup. Jericho doing the old bait them in the ring trick. Stomping on X-Pac now. Oh, right hand rocks him. More talking. Needs to be a bit less obvious about the talking they do if they're going to call it in the ring. Oh, goes for the X Factor. Oh, actually quite a good counter into sort of half a powerbomb. That didn't look fluid, but it didn't need to. Oh, X-Pac notorious for his immense leg strength, throwing Jericho through the ropes using just his legs out of the walls of Jericho position. Oh my god, he did not catch him then at all. X-Pac hit the floor so hard. Oh, no wonder he's getting up gingerly. Yeah, JR makes a good point. He did that right in front of the ref and there's no disqualification. Yeah, I agree with you, JR. I don't understand that at all. That seems like a botch. Like, the referee was supposed to be somewhere else and Curtis Hughes just not realising maybe I shouldn't go through with the spot until he's in the right place. Right, watch this again on the replay, guys. Oh, they should have turned that into an offensive move from Jericho and skipped the Mr. Hughes spot, to be honest. Because that looked like he reversed him. It looked like he slammed him face first. I don't know if Tom Pritchard realises they're out on the floor. Brilliant. Good line, King. Right, so X-Pac back in the ring. Probably still feeling it, to be honest, from hitting the floor face first. Probably smashing his knees off the floor and getting a dead leg or something. Nice missile drop kick. That was the best moment of the match so far. It was a nice missile drop kick from Jericho. And now Jericho doing the classic, ask him! Well, he's got just a generic rear chin lock on him. Now a surfboard stretch. That does not look painful. That looks like X-Pac has his arms up, ready to do his DX. He does that at the start of every match before he does his DX taunt for the pyro. Like, his arms aren't even back slightly past his shoulders. Crazily unpainful looking, that. Oh, look at the communication. They zoom right in on X-Pac as he's telling him the plan. They zoom right in on his face so you can see him looking up at Jericho and talking to him. So I'm not sure why they have to make eye contact to discuss what's going on. Like, who else are they going to be talking to at this point? Oh! That was a little bit botched, but Jericho managed to save it, turn it into a backbreaker. It was supposed to be Total Whirl. It was more like a body slam backbreaker. A knee right to the solar plexus. To me, that looked like he hit him in the face, JR, but whatever. Right. Got him up. Scoop slam. What's Jericho got in mind here? Going out onto the apron. Something's happening in the crowd. Oh, a 180 springboard splash. You see him he just shouted over his shoulder what to do next. Like, oh my god. Like, these two are experienced. It might be Jericho's WWF pay-per-view debut, but both of these have been wrestling for a reasonably big company for, 8 years now. On a big stage, probably longer for each of them in total. Maybe not 8 years, maybe 6 years. But still, they're not rookies, is what I'm saying. Look at him. Look how clearly he's talking to him. What are the crowd doing? There's one guy holding something up and everyone seems to be looking round at them. I'm not sure what's going on there. All I know is they're not paying attention to the match and I don't fully wholeheartedly blame them. This is pretty rubbish. The crowd are not trying to get X-Pac back in it. You can see him in the background all with their back to the match, guys. That was funny. They're trying to sell it as the crowd getting behind X-Pac, but they're cheering for each other. They're messing about and popping for it. And Jericho, wow, that was War and Peace he just read out to X-Pac. Still going. Still going. Elbow, 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 off the ropes, back elbow. That took Jericho a long time to say, I'm going to catch you with a back elbow and a lion salt, and then just punch you in the head. Oh my god. Okay. So he did the lion salt, but yeah, there we go. Finally goes to the pin. 2 count. Right, so he backs him into the corner, does nothing for a good 10 seconds, 5-10 seconds. Then a Ric Flair chop. Right, X-Pac firing back. Can we? I can't tell what the chant is. Is it Jericho sucks or X-Pac sucks? I don't know. But either way, they're not a fan. Not a fan of something that's going on. Oh, Jericho, classic spring. Oh, he did it. He didn't always do it off the top rope, did he? Didn't he used to do it off the middle rope? Ah. Extra athleticism. Here we go. Now you're checking if the referee's looking. Well done. Tom Pritchard falling for the oldest trick in the book like he's never been in a wrestling ring before. I can't tell what the crowd are chanting. They're chanting, we want something. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what the crowd are chanting they want. But it ain't Jericho or X-Pac. This is sad to watch in a way, because it's just not working. Like, it's just not. Like, I don't get it. How are they so out of sync? Okay, right. We got a nice spinning back kick from X-Pac. It's just little things like that. When they came out of the corner, they were looking at each other, but neither of them threw a punch or anything, because they seemed to have a bit of miscommunication about who was meant to throw the punch. Crazy. Right, Jericho throws a punch. X-Pac blocks it and punches him back twice, ducks the third one, another spinning kick. Now, off the ropes goes X-Pac. Oh no, through the ropes. What was he doing? Oh, he kicked Curtis Hughes. Okay, I was like, what was that spot all about? But I get it now. Wasn't the smoothest, but I suppose it worked. Springboard clothesline. Fans sound very disappointed that the match didn't end there. Kick, kick. Jumping kick. Here we go. Jericho seated in the corner. I want to look how long's left, but I also want it to be a surprise to me. So I'm going to not look. Oh! The low blow reversal to the Bronco Buster. And then a senton off the middle rope. Oh, I almost thought, because Tom Pritchard counted the one as he hit the mat, like as he lay down on the mat, I thought, are we going to see one of those botch pins where he counts to 3, then they kick out and the match carries on? But no, X-Pac had the wherewithal to still kick out a 2. Well done him. Double underhook backbreaker. Least convincing spit spot ever. Was that a shout out to Chris Benoit there? He just did the throat cut and then climb up to the top rope. Was he going for the headbutt? I don't know. I mean, Benoit was still in WCW at this point, but Jericho and Benoit were notoriously very good friends. So, was that a shout out to Benoit, I wonder? Now, it looks like a superplex spot coming up. Yep. JR, both men are holding an X while Jericho's lying in a crucifix position, acting like he's unconscious. And a 2 count. I can't even make this seem exciting. The crowd is dead. The commentators are struggling to make this sound good. Like, I mean, the whole story on TWF was about, oh, reverses the Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb. Oh, lifts him back up. Great strength. Double powerbomb. Yeah, the whole story is about how disastrous Jericho's first, 6 months in WWF was. And I see what they mean. It just seems like nothing went right for him. But, obviously, we know the story has a happy ending and he went on to have an absolute certainty of a Hall of Fame first ballot headliner Hall of Fame career. We know that. But didn't start well. Okay, so this is the spot that we were talking about. Jericho. That was a nice little move to end up upside down. Now an upside down Bronco Buster. Yeah. That looks pretty gay. Not saying there's anything to get wrong with that as such. Oh my god, Curtis Hughes just flattened the ref. And then an x-pac. Yeah, that was not... That spot did not work as well as they envisioned it would work, I imagine. That just looked like he was grinding up and down on his chest and our face. Pritchard comes round to ring the bell, and we get a DQ finish, which is highly appropriate, considering the match that we just saw. Here comes Road Dogg wearing a Mr. Ass t-shirt. Not wanting to sell his own merch, sell his partner's merch instead. Oh, that was a... Why is he just palm striking him on the FOD? How's that going to help? Oh, spinning kick from x-pac. What even is this? Even the ring clear is rubbish. That was just lame. Is what that was. That was just lame. Oh, Road Dogg ruined everything because it was going so well before. Yeah, is that it? Right, King? Road Dogg improved it, and that's saying something. Jericho taking about 3 years to turn the steps over in Rage. I mean... Good grief. No one could have felt good about that match when they got backstage. Oh, we're talking about the DX drama, apparently. Yeah, King saying what everyone's thinking. We couldn't care less at this point. I mean, putting this on right before the main event was risky as well. Right, there's the main event. One of these is not like the others. British Bulldog just randomly there, in 1999. I mean, no disrespect to British Bulldog, by the way, just saying. 1999, British Bulldog was not on the level of any of these other 5 men. But we're not here to watch the main event, so I have paused it now. Leave a like if you enjoyed this watch along. Hopefully you enjoyed me more than the match, because the match was atrocious, so I hope I was at least better than atrocious. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and you want to see more, and share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ibeza, you've been amazing, and I'll see you next time.